This is News 12, Varsity's Game Time. This afternoon from Monmouth University, it's the 2017 Shore Conference Girls Basketball Championship. As the fourth-ranked Lady Lancers of St. John Vianney take on the second-ranked Purple Roses of St. Rose. Hello again, everyone. I'm Lou Brogno. Alongside on the call is Greg Lerner. We welcome you to Monmouth. Tremendous matchup here for the Shore Conference Championship. Two top five teams colliding, two rivals, of course, year in and year out here at the Jersey Shore. St. John Vianney coming in at 22-3, the defending Shore Conference champions, taking on St. Rose, a team that has had a spectacular season, 23-3, fresh off a huge victory in the semifinals over Manasquan.
Absolutely. You know, you can, with those four teams that you had on Monday night in the semifinals, you could put them in a hat, pluck out two, and you would never go wrong when it comes to this final. But we have a dandy here tonight. You've got the defending champion, and you got St. Rose, who's been playing for since the seeds came out, Lou. St. Rose has been playing with a chip on its shoulder.
St. John Vianney, of course, last year, Shore Conference champions, New Jersey State champions, and some people thought, maybe St. John Vianney might slip a little bit coming into this season. But as the season has progressed, well, Don Carpel's team is certainly back in championship form.
Yeah, anybody that ever has this notion that St. John Vianney is ever going to have a fall off, I don't care if 5 graduate or 10 graduate, they're not familiar with St. John Vianney. They're probably, between them and Shabazz, the two most recognized basketball programs in the state of New Jersey over the last 25 years. And one of the reasons why is because they always have an innate ability to restock. Kimmy Evans is the centerpiece, but Courtney Dobrzinski, who stepped up as a senior, and then you've got sophomores like Sarah Carpel, Jada Bonner, who've really been instrumental in this run to the final, and Julia Ramos, the senior that's generally on the point between her and Sarah Carpel. They can interchange it, but Julia Ramos' leadership has been a beacon to get the Lancers back here.
Well, you mentioned Kimmy Evans, the Seton Hall-bound senior, having an outstanding season, averaging over 14 points per game, and really the heart and soul up front for the Lady Lancers.
Yeah, when I think beast mode, I don't think of Marshawn Lynch anymore. I think of Kimmy Evans. One of the things you're going to have to watch tonight, watch her seal a defender. She does it like an artist. She always has that defender pinned on her hip, generally to the baseline, so that once she catches and turns, she has a sense, an innate sense for where the basket is. She finishes with a lot of economical touch. And the one thing that Kimmy Evans wants tonight is for the referees to let them play a little bit. She was in foul trouble on Monday. She was not a factor. First time in 99 games, Lou, she did not have a field goal in a game. St. John Vianney still found a way to win without her being a significant factor in their half court.
Meanwhile, hard to find a more balanced team than St. Rose with 5 Division I players in the starting lineup. They're led by one of the top point guards in the tri-state area. Michaela Markham having an outstanding season, averaging almost 11 points per game, but coming off a spectacular 20-point performance against Manasquan.
I feel like Michaela Markham embodies the old manual steering and the manual shift in a car. Everybody drives with an automatic now. Michaela is geared with a manual stick shift. She can flip gears on the fly. She can set you up. She has hesitation moves. She's incredibly smart with the basketball. She changes pace. Hey, come on, she's going to Columbia, Lou, right? So she can't be, she's not like me and you. She's smart. But what I love about her is how she sets up defenders and she accentuates the strengths of her teammates. She recognizes the floor, and what you really hit on, though, is the primary thing that St. John Vianney has to be concerned with. It's the balance of St. Rose.
Well, I'm sure you can tell we're excited. You should be too. Should be an outstanding Shore Conference Championship. St. John Vianney, St. Rose. Opening tip is just moments away here on News 12, Varsity's Game Time.
Who will rise higher, dunk harder, and go farther? The playoffs are here. Tune to News 12 Varsity all postseason long.
Greg, quickly, the keys to the game. What does both St. Rose and St. John Vianney have to do to win the Shore Conference title?
For St. John Vianney, it's real simple. They got to match up, and they have to keep Michaela Markham in front. Whoever is going to be on her in the man-to-man has to keep Michaela in front. Conversely, for St. Rose, hey, it takes a village to defend Kimmy Evans. They're going to have somebody fronting her, probably a guard who's going to sag off somebody out high, and they're going to have somebody backing her, which I would think might be Lucy Thomas.
All right, St. John Vianney, the higher seed. They're in their home whites trimmed with gold and black. And St. Rose, the number 5 seed, in their road purple, trimmed with gold, and we're underway. Purple Roses moving right to left on your screen. Pass goes inside. Nice move in the paint. Dances off the front rim as Markham got a good look at it. And St. John Vianney rips down the rebound. Lady Lancers with the basketball. Right away they go into Dobrinsky, then trying to feed Evans inside, and it goes off of Kimmy Evans' hands. Knocked out of bounds. It'll be St. Rose basketball.
St. John Vianney opens up with sophomore Sarah Carpel matched up against Michaela Markham. That name sound familiar, by the way, Lou? Sarah Carpel?
Of course, Sarah Carpel, the daughter of head coach Dawn Carpel, who's in her 11th season at St. John Vianney. 274 wins with the Lady Lancers, but career-wise, 350. And as a player, you might remember, she won 3 short conference titles.
Should have won 3 TSC titles, too. She won 2, 1 year, her junior year. Her, Erica Gomez, Rose Jackson all hurt.
Oh, jump shot from the corner is good. Jen Lauro hits the shot. Jen Lauro averaging 10.3 points per game. Committed to UMass Lowell, and the senior gives St. Rose a 3-0 lead. Good passing by the Lady Lancers inside, but good defense underneath by Lauro. And then the second time she's called for the foul. So to the line goes Sajeda Bonner. First personal on Lauro. First team foul in St. Rose. And the free throw is good. Bonner, a 5'11 sophomore, and has really come on this year. Sajeda, 67% free throw shooter and averaging over 9 points per game. And gets Vianney on the board. It's 3-2, St. Rose. Full court pressure here by the Lady Lancers, and Markham gets the pass up ahead to Lauro. Here's Michaela Markham, the junior who's committed to Columbia. Great drive to the hoop, and the foul on St. John Vianney. That's Lucy Thomas, and she'll go to the line.
Lucy Thomas has really elevated her game this year. She has a perimeter presence. She can shoot the 3. And as a result, if they're playing man-to-man, Kimmy Evans has to come out and match her up high. And if she does, you're going to see that. You're going to see Lucy put it on the floor and try to beat her to the rim off the dribble.
Lucy Thomas averaging 12.2 points per game, 10 rebounds per contest as well. Leads the team in blocks. A over 1,000 point career scorer for the Purple Roses. And the call goes against St. Rose. So the Purple Roses with a 1-point lead, 3-2. 6 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. First quarter here in the Shore Conference Final. Julia Ramos with the basketball, flips it over to Dobrinsky. And here's Sajeda, flips it outside. Sarah Carpel comes over to meet the pass, and reaching in, the foul called on St. Rose. Call it Ellen Stoll, the senior. As Greg mentioned earlier, she's committed to NJIT. She's averaging just under 10 points per game. A lot of balance, a lot of contributors on this St. Rose team.
Ellen Stoll is one of those kids you want to play with. You know why? She makes you better.
Ramos drives the lane, puts up a tough shot off the glass. No, Kimmy Evans cleans up underneath. And Evans gets the bucket to give St. John Vianney the lead. Evans, the Seton Hall commit, averaging over 14 points per game. Good look inside, but a nice block by Evans from behind. But the second time around, she's called for the foul. Good job on the offensive glass for St. Rose. Foul on Evans, that's her first. Second team foul on the Lady Lancers. And Lucy Thomas at the line, misses the first. Lucy Thomas, as Greg mentioned, will be playing on this very same court. She has committed to Monmouth, and the Hawks getting a good one here. And Thomas hits 1 of 2, and we're tied at 4. Sarah Carpel brings it across. Courtney Dobrinsky flips it outside. Ramos trying to go back outside. It's knocked away.
That instance right there reminds you of the length of Lovin Marsicano, number 11 from St. Rose. You're going to try and kick the ball back on that drive, try and reverse a little bit, and you forget, man, she's 6 foot with a wingspan of about 6 foot.
Dobrinsky, nice drive on the lane. Courtney Dobrinsky, the 6-foot senior, gives Vianney a 2-point lead. Here's Thomas outside, trying to dribble in. Flips it back outside to Liz Marsicano, and the call goes against the Purple Roses.
You watch Courtney Dobrinsky, who in my opinion is one of the most improved players in the short conference this year. I've had discussions with her after games about, you could see the timidity sometimes in her taking a shot. That drive right there, that's somebody that's decisive in a decision.
Pass inside to Evans. Turnaround is blocked underneath by Marsicano. And here comes St. Rose. Markham quickly across the midcourt line. She takes the lane, lays it up, doesn't go. Gets the loose ball underneath, then St. Rose standing on the end line, so the call goes against the Purple Roses. It'll be St. John Vianney ball.
Misses the shot. But what you get to see there is that blow-by speed she has, man. She just accelerates. I think people just don't understand how quick she is until they have to guard them. Joe Whalen says she might not be the fastest in sprints at practice, but she is the fastest with a basketball coming out of her hand.
Here's Carpel, gets around a screen, lays it up, and the block from behind. Marsicano got a piece of it. Liz Marsicano, another Division I player, heading to St. Joe's in Philly. Outstanding recruit for the Hawks on Hawk Hill, and take it away. There's a big steal. Pick in the pocket. Romina Henderson. And the ball knocked out of bounds off of St. John Vianney.
Romina Henderson, a transfer from Neptune. She became eligible in January. Just adds depth and some length to that St. John Vianney backcourt. Great defender.
And St. Rose throws it away. So another turnover. There's that pass a little bit too far for Ellen Stoll. And Alex Pendergrass comes in, senior, committed to Manhattan College. She's in there for St. Rose, 6-4, St. John Vianney. Slow start to this short conference championship. Just a little over halfway through the first quarter. In the corner, wide open, jumper is good from the corner. Madison Doring. Doring, an outstanding shooter from outside. She's a 44% shooter from three-point range. That one a two-pointer, but just inside the line. Knocked away and picked off by Madison Doring, and she flips it across. 3:25 remaining in the first quarter, and St. John Vianney with a 4-point lead. Lady Lancers up 8-4. Here's Evans inside. Beautiful turnaround off the glass.
That is Madison Doring making an immediate impact. Comes in, hits that jumper that I thought was a three. I mean, we're miles away from that shot, but it looked like her foot was behind the line.
Here's a three for St. Rose off the mark. Saved beautifully there by Jen Loro. And traveling the call on the Purple Roses.
But to finish that point, Madison Doring comes in off the bench. She is a huge boost for Vianney. Looks like Joe Whalen's calling a 30-second timeout for St. Rose. Gives me a chance to elaborate on Doring. So Doring is one of these kids, when you look at her, you see that's a Division I body right there. She's got good size. She's got an acumen for the game. She can hit the three-pointer. She can be active defensively. And then she can recognize when Kimmy Evans has that seal inside and enter the ball for a finish, Lou.
Well, Joe Whalen, the head coach of St. Rose, calls the timeout. What a job he's done there. His fifth season, 130 wins, only 20 losses. You know, this senior class of Joe Whalen's, Greg, 109-14 in their 4 years. They've been to the Tournament of Champions, of course, and they've won 2 non-public B titles. nothing but success for both of these programs, of course. Foul on St. John, actually on St. Rose inside.
Yeah, it's going to be on Jen Laurel, her second.
St. Rose has struggled here in this first quarter, only 4 points in the first period.
That is kind of, I don't want to say it's surprising, just because when you consider that both of these teams, their calling card is defense. They make you work to get what you get.
Ramos delivers inside to Sarah Furch, and it's knocked away. And the Lady Lancers get it back. Scramble for the ball right in front of the St. Rose bench. And on the alternating possession, it will be St. John Vianney basketball.
That's a ball possession to St. John Vianney.
You know, we talked about the senior class for St. Rose. How about the St. John Vianney senior class? They never lost a home game on their home court and went 47-1 in their division. Just another great mark of tremendous success. Jen Laurel outside, now dribbles in against two defenders, off the glass and in. Nice move by Laurel. And she draws the Purple Roses to within 4. It's 10-6 St. John Vianney. Less than 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Julia Ramos flips it outside. Henderson dribbles in, has it knocked away. Now double teamed in the corner, back out to Ramos. In the corner, jump shot, off the back rim, doesn't go, taken by Dory. And a whistle, jump ball, and the possession goes to St. Rose. Couple of substitutions now for St. John Vianney. Courtney Dobrzinski back in the game, and also Sarah Carpel back into the contest.
Depth, always a signature of St. John Vianney. They are never shorthanded.
Here's Markham, takes the baseline, lays it up, and it dances off the rim. Well, St. Rose has had opportunities, but they have not been able to finish here. And they're still down by 4, minute 21 remaining in the first.
So, Lou, I think we need to share with everybody that's out there watching this live right now that we have very limited internet access. So tell all your friends that we're live so they can come watch the game. I can't tweet it out right now.
Here's Markham, gets around a screen, flips it outside, jump shot from three-point range is good. Lucy Thomas drills a 3. Thomas, a 1,000-point-plus scorer in her career. Over 12 points per game, as we said. Makes it a 1-point game. Dobrzinski trying to go into Evans, and good play by Thomas from behind and knock it away.
Thomas in the back pocket of Kimmy, and then you see Ellen Stoll cheating off the wing. That helped defense. So the minute that the ball is entered, the secondary defender is on top of the post to deny and to just suffocate.
St. Rose, though, called for the traveling violation. Greg, that's the 7th turnover for the Purple Roses here in the first quarter.
That is not the formula to beat St. John Vianney.
Yet it's a 1-point game, 10-9, Lady Lancers. 25 seconds left in the first. Ramos outside Dobrzinski. Tries to maneuver in. Dishes to Evans. Inside. Puts it up. No. And here comes St. Rose. Purple Roses a chance to take the lead. Here's Markham. Comes across to Thomas. Outside is Lauro. Down to 5 seconds now left in the quarter. Markham dribbles in. Dishes outside Thomas. Launches a 3 off the front rim. No. And that'll do it. So the first quarter comes to an end. Our score after 1 in the 2017 Shore Conference Championship. St. John Vianney 10, St. Rose 9. Second quarter upcoming on News 12. Varsity's Game Time.
The love, yeah, it's in our souls. The passion, it's in the cheers. And in that pivotal moment, we live and die with every pass, block, steal, and game-winning dunk. And we wouldn't want it any other Don't miss a minute. Download the News 12 Varsity app today.
Welcome back to Monmouth University here on News 12 Varsity's Game Time. St. John Vianney leading St. Rose by 1, 10-9. Lady Lancers trying to win their second straight Shore Conference title, but a long way to go. Second quarter just begins, and Vianney with possession. Outside is Dobrazinski, flips it to Carpel in the corner, comes back out now to Courtney Dobrazinski. She dribbles in, dishes Carpel, launches a three off the rim though, and the rebound pulled down by Ellen Stoll. Flips it up ahead to Markham, and St. Rose a chance to take the lead. Good look by Thomas inside, but Marsicano unable to connect. Again, they go inside to Liz Marsicano, and this time she scores, and St. Rose takes its first lead of the game. Purple Roses lead it 11-10.
To think about it in this context, St. Rose went over 3 minutes without a point in the first quarter, and they have the lead against Vianney with about 7 minutes to go in the first half.
Bounce pass inside. Tried to deliver it to Kimmy Evans, and that pass delivered there by Bonner. Foul on St. Rose. That is the third team foul on the Purple Roses here in the first half. And at the line is Kimmy Evans, hits the first. Evans is 64% free throw shooter. Came into this game with 1,294 career points. McDonald's All-American finalist. And underneath, laying it up and in with the reverse underneath is Lucy Thomas. St. Rose up by a point. Bonner jump shot outside, doesn't go. Carpel pulls down the rebound. Dobrazinski top of the key. Flips inside, Evans gets position, can't score. And the ball knocked out of bounds off of St. John Vianney. So St. Rose gets the ball, and they have a 1-point lead.
I can honestly tell you I haven't seen Kimmy miss this many shots in a game the entire season so far. Tight rim maybe, I don't know. Highly doubtful. Maybe just a sense of defenders bearing down, but you don't generally see her missing shots, especially
Thomas
inside.
Taking that long three-point shot, doesn't go. And St. John Vianney brings it back down. Lady Lancers again with a chance to take the lead. Ramos takes the shot. It doesn't go. And the rebound is pulled down by Markham. Markham flips it into the corner and back outside to Loro. Lucy Thomas dribbles in. Markham trying to get around a screen, takes the baseline, flips in the corner, three-point shot, dances off the rim, and tapped out by St. Rose. Ellen Stoll had a good look at it, but could not connect.
That previous bucket by Lucy Thomas that gave St. Rose a 13-12 lead, again, shows the versatility. That time she's in the high post. She gets the entry, she puts it on the floor, and she dribbles past Kimmy Evans. I think St. Rose thinks that Lucy has an edge in speed going to the rim in the high post.
Pass goes inside to Evans, knocked out by St. Rose. Kimmy Evans drawing three defenders down on the baseline. And St. John Vianney will toss it in. Kimmy Evans tries to deliver inside. Dobrazinski off the backboard, doesn't go in. And here come the Purple Roses. Up ahead to Marsicano, puts the brakes on, delivers it outside to Markham. And a foul, reach-in foul, called on St. John Vianney.
That right there is a perfect example of what we talked about in the pregame of Michaela Markham switching gears. When you think that she's at the highest speed in fifth gear, she shows you that sixth gear that you don't expect to get to the baseline. And what she does really, when she gets that baseline, or when she gets somebody in the dribble, she compromises the defense, she draws fouls.
St. Rose basketball, 5 minutes, 10 seconds remaining, first half. The Purple Roses with a 1-point lead. It's 13-12 in a low-scoring first half. Outside Thomas, open for three, dances around the rim. And once again, the Lady Lancers a chance to take the lead. Carpel's bounce pass knocked away, trying to find Evans, and then a push foul on St. John Vianney in the backcourt. That'll be the 4th team foul on the Lady Lancers. And the foul on Kimmy Evans, that's her second. Madison Doring checks into the game now with Evans' 2 personal fouls. She hits the bench here. Inside to Thomas, outside, long 3-point shot doesn't go by Marsicano. And here come the Lancers again, the chance to take the lead. In the corner, almost knocked away by Marsicano, but the nice soft jump shot put up by Madison Doring. Doring averaging over 7 points per game, shoots 58% from the field. And St. John Vianney up by 1. It's 14-13 as we approach the halfway mark of quarter number 2. Marsicano hits a 3. Liz Marsicano strokes a 3 from the corner, and St. Rose by a bucket.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. St. Rose is loving it. That's what you get when Michaela Markham penetrates, man. You sit there and you think she's going to the rim. She brings defenders into the paint to cut off her path. Then she kicks out to Lovin Marsicano. And like I said early in the first quarter, Lovin has a game that extends, behind the three-point line. You look at her, she's 6 feet tall. You think she's going inside, but she can stick the 3. She's worked hard on that.
So foul on St. Rose sends Sarah Carpel to the line. That's the 5th team foul on the Purple Roses. And Carpel misses the first, second, no good as well. So the rebound pulled down by Lucy Thomas. And St. Rose up by 2, a chance to add to that lead. 3:40 remaining first half. Ball knocked away, good defense by Carpel from behind. Launches a 3, in and out. And the rebound tapped over by Marsicano. A couple of bodies hit the floor, but no call. And St. Rose brings it across. Here's Michaela Markham. Now Marsicano inside Thomas. Lucy Thomas with a beautiful move inside. And that time St. Rose taking advantage of the fact that Kimmy Evans not on the floor, and Thomas got position.
That and the fact that they got 2 6-footers who can work a high-low like that. Again, it's about technique. Lucy Thomas does a great job right there of sealing off Braylon Bellamy, and then she just spins, gets to the basket, and finishes with authority.
Timeout on the floor. 3:09 remaining. Second quarter. St. Rose 18, St. John Vianney 14. 30-second timeout called by Don Carpel. This is the 3rd time St. Rose and St. John Vianney are playing against each other for the Shore Conference Championship. They did it in 1993. St. Rose defeated St. John Vianney for the title that year. The following year, St. John Vianney turned the tables in 1994. So this is the 3rd time they are meeting for the title.
I was saying we were going back in time. I think what was we say 92? We said 92 or 93 when St. Rose had won one. That year was Dawn Carpel was on that Vianney team that lost in that TSC final. St. Rose was the top seed for the TSC that year. They lost to Newark West Side in the TFC semifinals. It seems like only yesterday, Lou.
Well, that's when you know we've been doing this a long time, Greg. St. Rose basketball, they're up by 4. Purple Roses, 2:35 remaining here in the second quarter. Good defense here by St. John Vianney, forcing St. Rose to pass it around the perimeter. Now they get it inside to Lucy Thomas, but a good job defensively by Madison Doring inside. Doring, a nice job underneath. She's got the basketball here, dribbles in. Tried to deliver it back outside now to Sarah Furch, but it was knocked away by St. Rose. And the Purple Roses bring it across.
That's great anticipation by Lucy Thomas on that steal. She saw that similar drive. I think it was Dobrzinski that had it in the first quarter. She recognized it, she jumps it, and she steals it.
Long three-point shot off the rim, no. Ball knocked around underneath like a pinball, and it comes out to St. John Vianney. Henderson now in the corner. Bonner puts up the shot, and underneath the cleanup, Sarah Furch, the junior, 5'11 junior, and Furch gets the bucket to close the deficit to 2. 18-16. Markham flips in the corner. Almost lost it. Now dribbling in on the baseline and knocked out by St. John Vianney. It'll be St. Rose basketball, minute 19 left. Doring comes out, and Carpel back in for the Lady Lancers. Kayla Markham between the circles. Goes top of the key, Marsicano, back to Markham. Markham dribbles around 2 defenders, lays it up and in.
What we've been talking about. She can blow by you, man. She's that quick. Don't let her get to the glass either, man, because she uses it. She knows it's there for a reason.
Ivy League bound Michaela Markham coming off that 20-point performance against Manasquan. And the Columbia commit averaging just under 11 points per game. Foul on St. Rose. Fouls on Lucy Thomas. That's her first 6th team foul on St. Rose. Pendergrass comes back in for the Purple Roses. Less than a minute left now, first half. 20-16, St. Rose by 4. And Sarah Carpel dribbles in, flips back outside. .40 seconds left here in the first half. Julia Ramos goes to Bonner, back to the basket, outside three-pointer, good! Sarah Carpel drills a 3. 33% three-point shooter, and coming back the other way, the basket good, and the foul. So St. Rose gets down the court quickly, and Jen Lauro goes to the line to try to complete a three-point play.
Listen, Jen Lauro is a wonderful defender. She gets the juicy assignment, whether it's a Dara Mabry when they play Manasquan. But when you can get her involved offensively, and especially on a night like tonight and a game of this magnitude, it's an added bonus. If she's working both ends of the floor, it gives you a sense of what this game means to a senior.
Well, she's at the line trying to complete a three-point play, and her free throw is no good. The rebound is pulled down by Breland Bellamy, who's in the game now for St. John Vianney. 15 seconds remaining. It's a three-point St. Rose lead, 22-19. Bellamy trying to deliver it to Carpel, but looks like it was last touched by St. Rose. So St. John Vianney actually gets a break there.
Yeah, I didn't see it go off of a St. Rose player, but Jim Danella made the call, and I will never, I'll go on record right now, I will never argue a call with Jim Danella.
Well, 8.8 seconds remaining. St. John Vianney trying to put up the last shot. Here's Ramos, dribbles in, has it knocked away and stolen by St. Rose at the buzzer, and the first half comes to an end. So St. Rose goes to the locker room with a 3-point lead.
I got to think St. John Vianney is okay being down 3 because they had a lot of looks that didn't fall. So, in essence, if they make a couple more of those shots, they could be looking at least a 3-point lead. So to be down 3, it's not the end of the world. They'll tighten things up in halftime, and I can't wait to see what happens in the second half.
All right, our score at halftime. St. Rose 22, St. John Vianney 19 here in the Short Conference Championship on News 12, Varsity's Game Time.
Who will rise higher, dunk harder, and go farther? The playoffs are here. Tune to News 12 Varsity all postseason long.
Welcome back to News 12 Varsity's Game Time. Lou Brogno, Greg Lerner here at the Ocean First Bank Center on the campus of Monmouth University. The 2017 Short Conference Girls Basketball Final. St. Rose leading St. John Vianney 22-19 as we get ready for second half action. Kind of a low-scoring first half, probably surprised some of our viewers, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think that what was most surprising to me, not just that it was low scoring, there was opportunities to put more points on the board, especially inside. Both teams missed a couple of bunnies that they'd like back.
St. Rose with the basketball. Begin quarter number 3. Markham, nice drive. Kisses it off the glass. And St. Rose has its largest lead of the game. Purple Roses by 5, 24-19. Here's Ramos, flips it outside to Carpel. And Sarah Carpel brings it all the way back outside near the midcourt line. Angles right side. St. John Vianney, the number 3 seed, and that one knocked away and knocked out. St. Rose coming in the number 5 seed, and that was after they had that tough loss to Manasquan in the regular season. A tremendous game, a big win for the Warriors, and that dropped them down to the number 5 seed.
Yeah, that was a sore subject in these parts for the last 2 weeks. I will be honest, I'm on the record as saying I thought St. Rose should have been in the 2 seed. They were 6 seconds and a free throw away from being the 1 seed if they had beaten Manasquan that day. Instead, they go to the 5 seed. That's inexplicable to me. And don't get it twisted. St. Rose has been playing with an added edge, an incentive in this tournament to set the record straight. Don't respect us or you're going to pay the consequences.
Ball knocked away and a foul. No, it's a jump ball. So a held ball, and the possession, St. John Vianney, as the Lady Lancers will throw in on the baseline.
That's loving Marsicano with just the confidence to challenge Kimmy Evans, get her hands up high and reject that shot, earn a jump ball, and now the arrow the next time will be pointing in St. Rose's direction.
Here's Dobrzinski, dribbles in, puts it up, goes in and out. Evans puts it up and in. Kimmy Evans gets the rebound and scores. Evans averaging just under 6 rebounds per game. And she'll go to the line to try to complete a 3-point play. Foul is on Lucy Thomas. That's her second, and the first team foul on St. Rose. Free throw doesn't go. Knocked out of bounds, off for the Purple Roses.
I'd be curious to see if at halftime, Dawn Carpel stressed to her kids, let's start attacking the basket. Let's stop shooting from the outside. Let's attack the basket because, if anything, if we can get our guards to the rim, and if we miss, there's a big kid inside, if you haven't noticed, that's there to put back the rebounds, and that's Kimmy Evans.
Nice defensive play by Pendergrass to intercept that pass for St. Rose. So the Purple Roses with a 3-point lead. Here's Thomas, dribbles in, takes the lane, doesn't go. Rebound, put up and in by Alexandra Pendergrass.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the second time in this tournament that she's had a bona fide tip-in. She can jump out of the gym.
Kimmy Evans has it knocked away from her. St. Rose with a 5-point lead, 26-21. St. Rose playing in their 7th Shore Conference Final. They've won the championship 3 times. Last coming in 2012, 86-93 and 2012. And the Purple Roses with the basketball, trying to win their 2nd title in the last 5 years. Here's Markham, delivers to Pendergrass inside. Oh, a wonderful shot by Pendergrass. Underhand scoop shot against 2 defenders.
Great recognition by Markham. Great hands by Pendergrass to get that ball. And then the creativity to finish with the reverse layup. And then the genuine burst of enthusiasm. That, in a nutshell, is exactly what Alex Pendergrass gives to St. Rose.
And a chance for a 3-point play. First team foul on St. John Vianney. Free throw is good. And St. Rose with an 8-point lead. 29-21, 5 minutes, 40 seconds remaining, 3rd quarter. Carpel brings it up, and outside Dobrzinski. Kimmy Evans, top of the key for the Lady Lancers. Carpel outside, being played by Markham. Now delivers to Bellamy. Bellamy in the corner, jump shot by Doring doesn't go, and the rebound pulled down by Pendergrass. Michaela Markham angles top of the key. Bounce pass comes inside Pendergrass and back outside to Stoll. Here's Markham, gets around a defender, tried to deliver inside, but was knocked away and then thrown away by St. John Vianney. Markham being played by Carpel. Floats up a tough shot and scores. And St. Rose calls a timeout. Their largest lead of the game, Purple Roses by 10, 31-21.
I sound like a broken record when I keep talking about what Markham does off the dribble. But then on that, you see the body control on the pull-up, the way she angles herself to elevate and finish, the delicate touch to knock it down. Kid's an animal, a complete player, a heady player, and exactly the ideal playmaker you want running the show for your offense.
Well, St. Rose with that 10-point lead. These two teams played in 2015 at the TOC semifinals, and St. Rose defeated St. John Vianney 47-43. They've had a lot of memorable games, obviously, through the years. And not only memorable games, but games that are really in the spotlight. We're talking TOC games, short conference championships. Well, it would be an understatement, I think, Greg, to say St. John Vianney needs a bucket.
No doubt.
Here's Dobrzinski outside. Lady Lancers down by 10. And dribbling in was Madison Doring. Flips it back outside. St. Rose defense stifling right now.
Outstanding, Lou. You hit it right on the head, man.
Carpel delivers outside. Dobrzinski. St. John Vianney doesn't really know where to go with the basketball right now. Top of the key, they take a long jumper, doesn't go. Dobrzinski gets the offensive rebound, puts it up, and it's knocked out by St. Rose. St. John Vianney. Joe Whalen, let's put it this way, not in total agreement with the call.
Yeah, and he's not bashful about letting you know about it either. Love Joe.
So St. John Vianney will toss it in. Here's Doring, flips it outside. Furch, that'll be a jump ball. And the alternating arrow will give it to St. Rose.
Going back to what you mentioned just moments ago, Lou, it's such a valid point. Right now, Vianney can't get the ball where they want it to because they are being denied at every turn by 5 defenders, working as one in that man-to-man. Just great communication, great help, great recognition. As a result, you have a great 10-point lead with 3:37 to go in the third quarter, and you've held Vianney to 21 points.
It'll be St. Rose ball. They'll toss in on the baseline. Ellen Stoll triggers in. Here's Markham. Markham knifes through the defense and scores.
The patented pull-up of Michaela Markham.
33-21, and reaching in is Markham with a foul in the backcourt. And Joe.
Over 3 minutes now for Vianney without a basket. And now we're starting to get to the witching hour, man. We're getting deep into the second half. You know, we got 3:24 in the third, 8 minutes left in the fourth. So you're looking at 11 minutes and change. As this lead expands and St. Rose is showing no signs of conceding ground, each possession becomes magnified, Lou.
Here's a long three-point shot off the mark and knocked out by the Lady Lancers. St. Rose lead is 12, 33-21. 3:08 remaining here in the third quarter. Markham, midcourt line, gets it across. Gets a screen from Lucy Thomas. Now Markham delivers to Thomas. Thomas back to Markham. And she is tripped up as she began to drive towards the hoop.
The minute she hints that she's going forward to the basket, you're seeing that defense just rush to try and get in her way. And by doing so, they're leaving men that she's quick to recognize and feed out. Interesting note so far, 2:50 left in the third. Vianney is 1 for 6 from the floor in this period.
Here's Thomas, top of the key, and Marsicano. Liz Marsicano hands it off to Stoll. And Markham now will run the offense, flips it outside. Knocked away by Ramos, but last touched by the Lancers. Jan Loro checks back in the game, and Pendergrass sits down. And Pendergrass really gave Joe Whalens some tremendous minutes on the court.
She comes in for those compartmentalized flurries, and all she does is give you her heart for however long she's on the floor. Plus, she'll get you 6 rebounds. She might get you a bucket or 2. And she just is so active, and her enthusiasm is infectious within the Purple Roses.
Well, Don Carpel calls a timeout. 2:30 remaining in the third quarter. St. Rose 33, St. John Vianney 21. So following the St. John Vianney timeout, it'll be St. Rose basketball. Purple Roses trigger in. Here's Lucy Thomas for 3. Off the rim, no. And the rebound pulled down by Ramos. Julia Ramos quickly across the midcourt line for the Lady Lancers. Hands to Carpel. Carpel back outside now. This is Doring.
This becomes a little psychological, Lou. You're looking at 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And what is the number to get this lead down to going into the fourth quarter? I think if Vianney can cut it to like 9, ideally 8, it gives you the sense that, you know what, we can overcome this. If you leave it at where it's at 12, they got some heavy lifting to do in the fourth quarter.
Foul on Julia Ramos reaching in. That's her first. 13 foul on St. John Vianney. St. Rose basketball. They'll bring it across. Here's Marsicano across the midcourt line. Ramos hawking her and reaches in again. That'll be her second. Well, Ramos trying to make something happen there, trying to pick the pocket.
You make a move like that defensively, and no one's going to knock Julia. That's just hustling, going for a steal. But why? Because it's, like I said, it's starting to get to that point where we got to start creating some turnovers. We have to score in transition, something that has been completely eliminated from Vianney's repertoire today.
Markham dribbles in, and last touched by Carpel. So it'll be St. Rose ball. 12-point lead. Great inbounds play. And driving to the hoop and drawing the foul, Jen Loro. Fouls on Sajeda Bonner. That's her second. 15th foul on St. John Vianney. And Loro at the line misses the first. She'll get another. Jen Loro averaging 10.3 points per game. And the second on the way. Good as she gets the roll. So a new largest lead of the game now for St. Rose. Purple Roses by 13, 34-21.
2 points in this quarter for St. John Vianney. 2 points.
Minute 20 left in the third. Evans, top of the key. Doring throws it away. And here comes St. Rose, and then Carpel reaching in on Markham.
You know, the story of this game to this point has been how well St. Rose is playing in that half-court man-to-man. And watching people, obviously Thomas has the main assignment of being in the back pocket of Kimmy Evans, but just watching Lovin Marcicano when she slips into the paint, just to make a little extra traffic, congestion for both the entry and when Kimmy does get her hands on the ball inside, which has really been rare.
Marcicano loses the handle momentarily, but then regains control. Last minute of play of the third quarter. Here's Thomas outside, moving against Kimmy Evans. Now brings it back outside. Delivers to her point guard, Markham. Kayla Markham. Lauro for three, got it! Jen Lauro drills a big three. St. Rose by 16, 37-21.
It's going to sound crazy to say, because we still got a whole another quarter to go. That could have been the dagger right there. Jen Lauro, too, having the courage to shoot it.
Kim Evans takes a three. It doesn't go. And again, St. John Vianney with 2 points here in the third quarter. And I cannot remember the last time St. John Vianney would finish a third quarter with 21 points.
The fact that Kimmy Evans, Lou, right there, attempts a three-pointer, that's a kid who's trying to get herself involved, because where she normally conducts her business in the paint is not an option right now. And not saying that Kimmy hasn't improved her jumper, but it's just, you'll see her take one a game. That one in that moment struck me as somebody who's just trying desperately to get some points on the board.
Rebound by Lauro. It's good! At the buzzer. Jen Lauro with the offensive rebound and the putback. And St. Rose goes to the fourth quarter with a monstrous 18-point lead. St. Rose 39, St. John Vianney 21.
The love, yeah, it's in our souls. The passion, it's in the cheers. And in that pivotal moment, we live and die with every pass, block, steal, and game-winning dunk. And we wouldn't want it any other way. Don't miss a minute. Download the News 12 Varsity app today.
Welcome back to Monmouth University. Lou Brogno, Greg Lerner, the 2017 Short Conference Final, and St. Rose leading St. John Vianney by 18, 39-21. Obviously, there's a whole quarter to go, but St. John Vianney down by 18. They've only scored 21 throughout the first three quarters.
I'm sorry, Lou, were you talking to me? They were playing Latch by Disclosure, which happens to be one of my all-time favorite songs. Yes, no doubt about it. And let's talk about what Jen Lauro is doing. Always recognized for what she does on the defensive end, has 13 points for St. Rose. That bucket on that play at the end of the third quarter, as you see Lucy Thomas jumping to get a steal right there, that bucket at the end of the third quarter just displays hustle and a want for a short conference championship.
Well, driving in is Markham off the side of the backboard. Good defense by Sarah Carpel that time. And here's Dobrzinski from the foul line, flips outside Carpel, and that three off the mark. St. John Vianney shooting just 23% from the field. So to the line goes Jen Lauro, leading scorer for St. Rose here today. 13 points for the senior. She's shooting 1-1. St. John Vianney over the limit. And the free throw doesn't go, knocked out. It'll be St. John Vianney basketball. Here's Ramos. Ball knocked away. It'll be St. Rose basketball. St. Rose.
I'm sorry, Lou. Vianney's switching it up there. by taking Kimmy out high and dropping Jada Bonner down to try and switch things up, give a different look in their high-low game. They are in desperation mode to try and cut into this.
That jump shot doesn't go. That was a good look by Bonner. Underneath ball on the floor. It'll be a held ball, and it will be St. Rose possession.
Everything coming up roses for St. Rose right now. Everything.
6:55 remaining in the fourth. I'm proud of you, Greg. You waited until the fourth quarter to use that. That's good.
I think I'm overheating up here right now. Getting delusional.
By the way, in case you're wondering what Greg's talking about, inside the Ocean First Bank Center up here in the press box, it's about 100 degrees. It's a little on the warm side. There's a three-point shot. Good from outside. That is Liz Marsicano. And St. Rose has doubled St. John Vianney. It's 42-21.
This is St. Rose's opus right now. Going back to the seed controversy as Courtney Dobrzinski finally breaks the snide for St. John Vianney with that bucket. But this is the opus for St. Rose. This is the message they're sending, that they want to set the record straight for anybody that was misinterpreting them. They are as good as anybody, not in the Shore Conference, not in the state of New Jersey, not in the tri-state, but the country.
Beautiful drive down the lane. Ellen Stoll. St. Rose has outscored St. John Vianney 22-5 here in this second half. And driving the other way is Ramos. So Julio Ramos puts it up and in. 44-26. 5.5 remaining. Here's Stoll, loses it out of bounds, and St. John Vianney will have possession. Well, actually, they say knocked out by Vianney. It's St. Rose basketball. So the Purple Roses to toss it in. St. Rose, if this score holds up, just 5 minutes plus away from their fourth Shore Conference title. Their first since 2012. Jump shot, good! Marsicano for three. 47-26. Carpel puts up a tough shot, but draws the foul, and she'll go to the line.
Yeah, prior to Lovin knocking down that three for St. Rose, I was going to say, hey, listen, they're up 18. This is prior to that three. They got 5 minutes to go. Clock is their friend. Be patient. But right now, I got a feeling that Lovin is feeling it. And to take that three-pointer and to stick it with that confidence is kind of the reason why we're looking at the lead being where it is right now. St. Rose has played with that assuredness throughout their lineup.
Carpel, this is the free throw. It's a 20-point St. Rose lead, 47-27. 4 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Lauro flips it outside. Open, Markham for three. Off the back rim, no. And Lauro again the rebound. What a game the senior has played. 13.7 rebounds for Jen Lauro. Marsicano took a little hop through the lane.
That's the Euro step, Lou. All the kids are doing it. Unfortunately, it ended up somewhere in Asia by the time she was done with it.
47-27. 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining here in the fourth. Here's Carpel. Madison Doring draws the foul. Got bumped by Lucy Thomas on the baseline. Well, the much awaited thunderstorms we've been expecting here in New Jersey have arrived at the Jersey Shore. You can hear the thunder outside of the Ocean First Bank Center.
Listen, everybody knows I'm a Shore guy, born and raised down here. This last week has been insane. I've had to check my calendar to make sure it's actually February. My wife tried to tell me to go out and do yard work. I told her, chill out, it's still February. 75 degrees, it's been beautiful down here.
Rebound. Oh, Pendergrass fought for that rebound. Triple team in the corner. And the sophomore, Samantha Mikos, in the game now for St. Rose. They triple teamed her. And they reached in. She'll go to the line. 8th team foul in St. John Vianney. So 1-1 upcoming. Kimmy Evans back in the game for the Lady Lancers. So Mikos at the line. And the sophomore shooting 1-1, and their first is good.
Sam in the semifinals on Monday night with a humongous three-pointer at the end of the third quarter to put a little wind in St. Rose's sail that got them past Manasquan.
And the second, good as well. Gets the roll, nice touch. 22-point lead, 49-27. More than halfway now through the fourth quarter. And Dobrzinski driving, can't connect, fights hard to get that loose ball. Carpel dishes inside. Kimmy Evans lays it in. And a quick timeout, 30-second timeout, called by St. John Vianney. Well, lots to play for still after this short conference championship. Both these teams will be in the state tournament. St. John Vianney will open on March 2nd against either Pingree or Bishop R. Of course, St. John Vianney, illustrious history, 7 TOC titles. Of course, the last year won it all as well. And St. Rose, non-public B South, March 1st, they'll open up against Trenton Catholic. And by the looks of what we see from the Purple Roses, they got to be a strong favorite.
Strong favorite with one exception, Lou. The number 1 team in the tri-state
Yes.
is the South Jersey Parochial B, and they just won the Somerset County tournament
Oh,
today.
that's
and
true.
that's Rutgers Prep.
Right.
But they may run right into each other
Right.
at some point in the South Jersey B tournament. That will be an epic.
Well, I'm sure that a lot of people are looking forward to that possible meeting down the road. Nice drive by Dobrzinski. Can't connect. 51-29. 3 minutes, 10 seconds remaining here in this fourth quarter. Good look inside. Lucy Thomas lays it in. And St. Rose calls a quick timeout. St. Rose for the game, shooting 51% from the field.
And that 51% has been encouraged through their balance. Not just the balance amongst their players, but their balance between knocking down open threes, driving to the basket, dribble, drive, and kick, dribble, drive, and dish. They've really done an amazing job of dissecting St. John Vianney every which way.
So following the timeout, St. John Vianney ball. Here's Carpel, has it knocked away, stolen by Markham, picks the pocket, lays it up, can't score. And the ball knocked out by St. John Vianney. It'll be St. Rose basketball. Purple Rose is looking to go 24-3 on the year. And a three-point shot off the side of the rim by Marsicano. Madison Doring pops an outside shot, doesn't go. And the rebound pulled down by Markham. 2:25 left. Soft shot put up, rolls around the rim. And up ahead, St. John Vianney, tough reverse on the baseline by Ramina Henderson. And St. Rose the other way. Lucy Thomas dribbles up. 2 minutes left now in the short conference final. And Lucy Thomas launches a long-range missile.
Teasing the Monmouth Hawks that they're going to have to wait one more year to have that in this place. She's only a junior.
Kenny Evans, jump ball. It'll be St. John Vianney ball. And Don Carpel sends in some of her reserves now with 1:45 left. St. Rose, an impressive short conference championship victory here today.
I'd use the word authoritative, Lou. They left no room for doubt that today they are unquestionably the best team in the short conference. And depending on who you talk to down here, they will tell you this is the championship that's more coveted than any state championship. This is the gauntlet you got to go through. You go through this one, you've earned your stripes around here.
And remember, St. Rose beat Manasquan in the semifinals, so by winning the short conference championship, they will have defeated 2 of the top teams in the tri-state area back-to-back. It has been, as you said, an authoritative run. Jump shot outside doesn't go. 1:20 left. Ball knocked around. Picked off here by St. John Vianney. Riley Kehoe dishes outside. Abby Andurko took the shot. And Markham with the ball. 1 minute left in the short conference final. If you're watching live, a reminder, the boys championship upcoming in the short conference. Last year's Cinderella, Mater Dei, versus this year's Cinderella, Marlboro. And a lot of anticipation for that championship game. .35 seconds left. Inside, Jen Lauro fouled from behind. And with St. John Vianney in the bonus, she'll go to the line. It's been a great game for Jen Lauro. Lucy Thomas comes out. Liz Marsicano to the bench as well. And Jen Lauro will shoot 1 and 1. And her first is no good. Rebound pulled down. Knocked out of bounds by Lauro. And Jen Lauro heads to the bench. And you know, Jen Lauro, very few seniors on this St. Rose team. Jen Lauro, one, Ellen Stoll, another. And for those 2 players, this has got to be very sweet indeed.
Absolutely, and Alex Pendergrass as well.
Right.
All 3 of them have been here, have experienced playing in this game, losing in this game, and now winning in this game. I think they'll take the winning side of things over the losing side any day of the week.
And Michaela Markham comes out. Another terrific game for her. Molly Lynch, just a freshman for St. Rose. Flips it up ahead. And the ball goes out of bounds off of the Purple Roses. Five seconds left. And St. Rose has won the 2017 Shore Conference Championship. Final score, St. Rose 56, St. John Vianney 31 for the Purple Roses, their 4th Shore Conference title, their 2nd in the last 5 years, and their 1st since 2012. We'll be back to talk about St. Rose's huge win over St. John Vianney in just a few moments here on News 12 Varsity's Game Time.
Who will rise higher, dunk harder, and go farther? The playoffs are here. Tune to News 12 Varsity all postseason long.
Welcome back to News 12 Varsity's Game Time. St. Rose wins the 2017 Shore Conference Championship, their fourth championship in school history. Standing by with Jen Laurel as a senior. What does this championship mean to you and the rest of the seniors?
This means everything. For us seniors, this is our third trip here, and we finally made it. I mean, we had a big edge on our big chip on our shoulders. We were seated fifth overall, and I think we just proved that we are the true #1 seed here.
Jen, the key to today's game seemed to be defense. Has that been the story pretty much all season long?
Absolutely. We work on defense every single day, and that is our big factor as our team. That's a big emphasis for us, and our defense stepped up today. We were awesome.
With the Shore Conference Championship now and heading to the state tournament, I mean, what does this win do to propel your team towards the state tournament? How does this help you guys?
It gives us a whole lot of confidence. I mean, we have a very tough state bracket, but we're not going to let anything hold us back or stop us. We are going full force into this state tournament.
Congratulations on the win. Good luck in the state tournament.
Thank you.
All right, Jen Laurel, senior for St. Rose, as the Purple Roses defeat St. John Vianney by the score of 56-31. And they win the Shore Conference title, their fourth in school history, their first since 2012. St. John Vianney drops to 22-4 on the year, and St. Rose now 24-3. That'll do it here from Monmouth University for our entire News 12 varsity team. I'm Lou Brogno. Thanks for joining us. Once again, your final score: St. Rose 56, St. John Vianney 31. Purple Roses are your 2017 Shore Conference champions.